Hello, I am SquidofLove, welcome back. Today we are going to discuss about stealth in Star Citizen. The goal of this video will be to understand what kind of stealth gameplay we have in the game right now and what we should expect out of this feature in the future. We will talk about the steps you could take in order to become stealthier now, but also later when this feature will be more fleshed out. We will take a quick look at some stealth ships that exist already in the game, and in general everything you need to know if you wish to follow this path of the hunter. Before we start saying what stealth is in Star Citizen, it will be easier to say what it is not. There is no kind of clocking device in the game, and there is absolutely no plan to add one. Actually, Chris Roberts has stated a couple times that he doesn't want that kind of gameplay. He doesn't want to give players the ability to become invisible, turn their ships invisible, and stalk their prey in that way. Stealth in Star Citizen is all about your ship's signature. Every ship in the universe of Star Citizen emits a certain type of signature depending on the components it has, on the modules it is equipped with, and of course its actions. What kind of actions we are performing with our vessel at any given time. Different items, weapons and modules will have a different impact on our ship's signature. So if you want to become better at this kind of gameplay, then you should learn how to manipulate your ship's signature, how to alter it, reduce it in order to avoid appearing at the radars of your enemies, or at least appearing as a smaller vessel and less threatening. To achieve this, you will have to learn what types of signatures exist in the game and of course what affects them. So let's go ahead and have a quick look at the signatures that we will need to manipulate in order to become stealthier. First of all, we have infrared IR, which is basically the heat generated by your components, the components on your vessel, and ejected by the craft. When firing with your weapons, for example, they generate heat, and this increases your IR signature, making it easier for your enemies to spot you. The engine of your vessel steadily generates heat, and your thrusters also generate heat based on the amount of thrust generated at any given time. You could use coolers in order to pull heat away from items and that way reduce your IR signature. Then we have electromagnetic signature EM, which is basically affected by every component that consumes power. Everything that requires power will generate an EM signature. It is mainly affected by energy weapons, shield generator and the power plant of your vessel, and especially for shields, they do require power to remain active, so that means that when they are active, they have a significant EM signature. But if you take damage and your shields need to regenerate, need to recharge, then they will draw even more power, and the signature, the EM signature of your vessel is going to increase. And last we have the cross-section signature, which basically means that the larger a ship is, the easier it is to be detected by radar. The value of the cross-section changes depending on the angle from which you can view a target. So for example, viewing a ship head-on will have a significantly lower cross-section signature than viewing a ship from above or below. Something very interesting you need to know about cross-section signature is that it can be blocked by other objects. So for example, you could try to hide behind an asteroid and block your cross-section signature. Although stealth gameplay in Star Citizen at the moment is quite basic, we can still choose some modules that don't have a big impact on our signature, weapons that don't generate a lot of heat, modules that don't require a lot of power, and that way manipulate somehow our signature, the signature our ship emits, and try to be a bit more stealthier. Another way we can play with our signatures is to disable our weapons, our shields, and our engines, all of them or one or two of these modules at any given time. Reduce our signature, remain hidden and wait for our targets to pass from our spot, activate our modules and go after them, attack them, having the element of surprise on our side. Of course, the moment we will start firing with our weapons and we will start using our thrusters in order to chase our enemies or escape from them if things don't go as planned, then our signature is going to be quite high, it will go up, and it will be easier for our enemies to track us with their radars, with their scanners. The fact, of course, that we can manipulate our signatures right now in the game creates some very good opportunities for anyone that enjoys that kind of gameplay, enjoys playing the stealthy hunter, laying an ambush somewhere waiting for other players to pass and attack them. And if we take into consideration the fact that our cross-section signature is blocked by objects, that means that we can hide inside or behind an asteroid, power down our modules, disable our engines, weapons, and of course shields, and just wait for something to appear. The moment they come closer to us, we can come out of our hiding spot, attack them, and kill them as fast as possible. If this is the kind of gameplay you want, you could even try to choose the best equipment that will help you become stealthier, but there will be trade-offs. In order to become stealthier, you will have to not equip the best weapons, for example, or the best shields. To reduce your IR signature, you could go with weapons that don't generate much heat, and you could even reduce your EM signature by using less protective shields that generate less EM signature but don't have overall a high shield value. So as you can see, it will have to be a choice between being stealthier and having the best components on your vessel, having the best weapons, the most powerful weapons that draw a lot of power, and of course the best shield that will keep you safe for more time. As the game continues developing and as this stealth feature evolving, then we will have a lot more options to become stealthier and follow this certain path, like using specialized armors on our vessels that diffuse guns, like the void armor technology used by the Hornet Ghost in the game right now. And it's going to be really helpful for larger ships that want to become a bit stealthier, a bit harder to be spotted by the radars of their enemies. And again, there will be trade-offs. Using one of these armors means that you will become a bit stealthier and more difficult to be spotted by your enemy's radar, but you will have to sacrifice some armor health or maneuverability. Even now, with the technology that is available to us in Star Citizen for stealth gameplay, we can still have a lot of fun. We can follow some different tactics, we can try some different stuff and try to kill enemies in that way. We have already described how we can lay an ambush and wait for our targets to come closer while we have disabled most of our modules and attack them, kill them as fast as possible. Another interesting tactic will be to try and approach a target, disable your modules while you are approaching them, let your ship fly slowly towards them, and when you are in the right range, attack them and try to kill them fast. Something else quite interesting will be to choose weapons that will allow you to fire outside the range where you can be detected, but like we have said before, the moment you start firing and the moment you start maneuvering with your thrusters, your signature will go up, it will be high, and it will be easier to be detected. So you will have to be very fast, have some really good firepower, and kill your targets ASAP if you want to succeed with this kind of gameplay. So what kind of stealth ships we have available in Star Citizen right now? Well, there aren't many options. The number one option for me personally is the Hornet Ghost, which is basically a repurposed Hornet in order to have lower signature. And it achieves this with a combination of low emission drives, low drop weapons, and void armor technology that can defuse guns. Of course, it works really well in the current environment of Star Citizen and can be used for more surprise attacks in Arena Commander, but also laying some ambushes in the persistent universe. The Ghost has significantly lower signature than other more popular vessels, combat vessels in Arena Commander right now at the moment, and because of this it can remain undetected most of the time. So you can approach a fight, you can approach a target without him watching you, and if you follow some of the tactics we have discussed before, like approaching with your modules disabled and enabling them when you are close to your target in order to attack them, you can catch them off guard, you can catch them while fighting someone else, and you can get some kills, a lot of kills actually. It is a very fun ship to use in Aerial Commander, especially when there aren't many people aware of the capabilities of this vessel right now. Another vessel that is supposed to have some stealth capabilities but doesn't right now is the Saber. It is used mostly as a space superiority fighter, and I would love to see in the future what kind of stealth gameplay it can bring to the game. We could also talk about the Mustang Delta that has a very low cross-section signature and can pass as stealthy ship with the current gameplay we have right now in Aerial Commander and Star Citizen. And in the future there is talk about the Prowler, which is described as a stealth boarding vessel with the goal of approaching unsuspecting vessels in order to deploy boarders via EVA and capture it. Definitely a very interesting concept, and I really can't wait to see it in the persistent universe. This is pretty much what stealth in Star Citizen is right now and what you should expect out of this feature in the future. In general, you will have to know that in order to fly stealth ships successfully, you will have to choose upgrades and enhancements in such a way as to reduce power consumption, signal output, and even visual size. This will make you a successful hunter, and you will have a lot of fun being stealthy in the persistent universe. Before we end the video, I would like to remind you that I'm giving a Mustang Alpha starter package plus 142 combo, and if you would like to participate in the giveaway, then click the card for more details. Thank you very much for joining me. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. I am SquidofLove, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.